If you've been thinking about an Apple Watch, or specifically an Apple Watch Ultra, you may be concerned about the size. If it's going to be too large for your wrist, if it's going to be bulky, hard to manage. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you some different sizes of Apple Watches and focus in on the Apple Watch Ultra on how the size of it may make a difference. Since the Apple Watch was first introduced about 2017, I believe, they've carried two sizes, a smaller and then a larger size of the Apple Watch to accommodate the users that may have a large wrist or a small wrist. But now with the Apple Watch Ultra, it comes in only one size. So let's take a look at the sizes that are available. The smaller watch is the 40 millimeter, and it's usually for the smaller wrist or maybe for a lady's wrist. And then the next watch up is a 42 millimeter, which this watch, I've been wearing it since the very first Apple Watch hit the market. The Apple Watch Ultra is 49 millimeter, and it is quite a bit larger in size and also in thickness than the other watches. But the question becomes, does size really matter when it comes to an Apple Watch? Well, let's delve into that a little bit. If you're concerned on how the watch may fit under a dress shirt, it does fit rather well. It may be a little snug depending on how tight your shirt fits, but it's certainly manageable. I want to take a look at three different applications, and then we'll evaluate whether or not size matters for those applications. Let's go and look first off at the heart rate. And it's very clear there. Takes just a few seconds and it comes up like that. Now, let's wait and we'll talk about whether or not size makes a difference in just a moment. Let's go and look at the blood oxygen. Get it going. We'll start that. It takes just a few seconds. And there it is. Again, wait and not talk about whether or not size matters on this until we do the last application. Okay, and the third application is the ECG, also the EKG. Let's run that. We have to hold the stem in for 30 seconds for this to do its evaluation. And there's the results right there. So let's talk just a moment about whether or not size makes a difference with just these three applications. We saw it pretty clearly right there, and it could have even been on one of the smaller watches. You would have seen it clearly. But let's think about if you're actually maybe laying in the bed without your glasses on, the lights may not be as bright as they should be, and you feel like you need to run your heart rate to take a look at it. It's going to be much easier seeing the display on this Apple Watch Ultra than it would on the other ones. Does it really make a difference? Well, probably not in the long run for most people, but for some people, that extra screen size will really make a difference. One of the most difficult items to look at on your watch is probably when you go into the apps grid and you get a grid like this. These are bigger on the Ultra than they would be on the 42 millimeter or the 40 millimeter, but still, you've got quite a lot of activity going on that screen, and you can select those individual apps. They do get larger as you bring them toward the center of the watch. Let's go and look at this right here, and I'll show you an easier way to look at these. I'm changing the view from grid view to list. And now you can see that all the apps come up in a list like that, which is what I prefer anyway, scrolling through the list. I think only you can make the decision on whether or not Apple Watch size makes a difference or not. But I do appreciate you watching. I hope you click the like button if you found something interesting or useful out of this video. And until next time, thanks for watching.